get to be known in the society. Bayangazi.
Oh, God.
Umntwanam got
Yeah.
impregnated by a minister of
Yeah.
police.
Yeah.
And we can't also shy away that there's this mindset that our society creates when they know that you are married to a certain man or you have a
Yeah.
child with a certain person, and therefore we will start respecting you.
We also have the blesser culture that's there,
Sure.
that particularly affects younger women.
Yeah.
It's there.
Welcome to the Scene Speaks podcast, where we delve into the fabric of societal issues through captivating lens of TV storytelling. We are unpacking social and impactful issues through the lens of TV. Hi, I am Lebogang Mitzileng, your host and a guide to a journey through the scenes that speak volumes about our world. Growing up in one of the vibrant townships that dot the map, I've been shaped by the streets and stories that surround me. It's from this rich tapestry of experiences that my passion for impactful conversations was born. Scene Speaks isn't just another podcast. It's a platform where we unpack the layers of social issues, one scene at the time. Say it with me. One scene at the time. Whether it is from a movie, a soapy, telenovela, documentary, or any other form of visual storytelling, we dissect the realities portrayed and explore their resonance in our own society. I firmly believe that in conversation lies the power to discover solutions. Yes, from scenes to solutions. And through Scene Speaks, I aim to amplify voices, provoke thoughts, and foster dialogues that leads to meaningful change. So join me as we explore the narratives that shape our world, the voice you have been waiting for. Join the conversation, because here at Scene Speaks, every scene speaks volumes and every voice matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Scene Speaks podcast. Well, I must say that today we are shooting live from SA Podcast and Musical Festival, and I'm obviously not rolling alone for this episode. I am with Ndumiso. Hi, Ndumiso.
Hey, hi, how are you, man?
I'm good, and you?
It's great to be on your show. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I must say it's an honor for me to have you in my show because you are like
Absolutely. You're too kind.
the first guest ever.
Yay!
Yay! Boo, 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 boo,
I'm the
boo, boo. Thank you so much for joining.
It's an honor.
But I just want to, just give the viewers a brief on how this would go, because it's not going to be the same like any other time. It's just going to be a bit different.
Yes.
Scene Speaks podcast. You're wondering what this is all about. Well, Scene Speak podcast is a podcast that focuses on scenes from a telenovela, a movie, documentary, or a reality show. So basically what we do is we take a scene, we dissect it and move it down into, our own society and say, how do we relate to this? Because we know that the scenes that are on our screens are very educational.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is Scene Speaks,
Absolutely. Great.
Yeah. So let me just give you a scene that we will be working on. I will share the scene with you, my viewers at home, and you get to understand the scene much better. But I'd just like to give you a graphic of the scene, just to visualize it and all that. Okay, what about the scene? So the scene that we're talking about here is from Lingashoni.
Okay.
So Lingashoni is a telenovela.
Right.
And basically in this telenovela, we meet a young woman who is from a very poverty-stricken background and has a mother and a brother. So she's the last born. It so happens that, she gets into an entanglement with Minister of Police. And for her, it looks like it's a disaster. For her, she wants to take herself out of that situation. And she thinks the only way to get out of the situation is through going through an abortion stage. But she obviously communicates this with her mom.
Right.
And her mom is like, what? Minister of Police? You're kidding me. This is our meal ticket. But she doesn't see it that way.
Okay.
But it gets to a point where her mom influences her to an extent that she thinks, actually, this will change my life.
Sure.
And I'm wondering how true can this scene be in our own societies? And that's the conversation I want us to have today.
I get you. I get you.
And maybe before we just delve into a lot of questions about it, I just want to find out from you, what would your take be, just from a a broader perspective about this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very tricky and complicated scenario.
Yeah.
And it is a scenario that is common
Sure.
in our society.
Yeah.
So it's a very relevant thing to pick out and dissect. Firstly, the motives are the first thing that come in on the spotlight. Why does the mom want her to keep the baby? Why doesn't she want to keep it? Why does she want to abort?
Yeah.
It's so layered. Abortion itself is a moral issue
Yeah.
that a lot of people grapple with.
Sure.
From religion, it's shunned upon. From other conservative sectors of society also, it's also shunned upon.
Yeah.
Right? But there is an argument about abortion that is there. Women must have the right to choose what happens with their bodies.
Yes.
Right. But then, up until what point? Like, at what point of the pregnancy? Is it, when does it become inhumane
Yes.
to abort? Is
Right.
there even a point
Yeah.
in the pregnancy where abortion can be justified? So many issues.
Yeah.
But the mom needs to be careful about using her daughter in a business transactional
Sure.
relationship
Yeah.
with this man.
Yes.
I won't call it prostitution
No.
because the sex has already happened.
Right.
The
And it
sex
was
has happened.
consented.
It was consensual,
Yeah.
and the baby is here. So it's not really prostituting your daughter, but certainly she is making her daughter a commodity.
Sure. And breeding a certain mindset
Yeah.
to say,
Yeah,
do this to gain entrance to certain places.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And ultimately, the mom and the daughter could be underestimating
Yeah.
the weight of the responsibility of the child.
Sure.
Because it's not always about money.
Yeah, there is more,
There's
you
more
know, to
to
that.
mothering. Is she ready to mother?
Yeah, are you ready?
You know, that
Yeah.
is the bigger question. Is she
Sure.
ready to be a mom? Because the guy can send money,
You are available from a financial point.
it's a transaction at the bank.
Yeah.
But she's living with the child day to day.
Right.
And she must take care of that. And we don't know how involved the dad would be. Probably
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
If
probably
he's such a
not.
high profile person, there's a possibility that he might have his own family.
Yeah, and just to also, while you're speaking, I got reminded of the scene that this minister of police in this story is actually married.
You see?
Right.
You see?
And married to a woman that, he's been with for some time.
Yeah.
And they are in politics and
Yeah,
all of that.
yeah.
And I would then like to say this is not a general topic in our own society.
Of course.
We have probably seen, and maybe not even seen per se, but heard of stories like this, right? But as you are talking, I'm also reminded to say, is this reality in our own society? Do you think that we have a lot of young people that do find themselves in such a situation, but they're just scared to say, I'm actually keeping the baby because it's my meal ticket?
Yes, I think in our kind of society in South Africa,
Yeah.
where there's so much poverty,
Yeah.
this is common.
Yeah.
This is common. We also have the blesser culture that's there,
Sure.
that particularly affects younger women.
Yeah.
It's there, and my worry about all these young women, and particularly the one we are talking about, is that there are no guarantees
They're not guaranteed
that the guy will even be
available throughout
financially.
the period.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, if he's in politics, that is
Yeah,
a very
and-
volatile career.
Very.
He could have money and status today.
Sure.
Next year, he could be nowhere.
Yeah.
And then their motive for going into this thing is gone.
Yeah.
And then what happens? She is stuck.
She's
As a
stuck.
single mom in a poor situation.
Yeah.
And this cycle in the community just keeps on continuing.
Going, repeating itself.
Continuously. My other concern is the standard that is being set in
across.
society.
Yeah.
Because some younger women would also look at this and say,
And be like,
this is a strategy.
Yeah.
So they won't go into a relationship with pure motives.
Yes.
They will target and even trick the guy in impregnating them.
Sure.
And thinking that it's a way of being okay financially.
Right.
You know? What I would say to women and just young women in general, never make a man your financial plan.
Yes.
No.
I think you're now talking about learning how to be independent. Learning how to make your own money.
Absolutely. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. It looks easy. It looks like a shortcut.
Yeah.
But you'll pay a big price.
Sure.
You'll pay a big price.
From your soul to everything else.
So
emotionally.
Don't make a man your financial plan, because then you become beholden to him. You become enslaved to that man or that relationship, if he wants a relationship, because you know you're dependent so much. And that's where the roots of abuse also take. Because now you will stay in a bad, abusive relationship because the money.
Because of the money.
You want to go out, but you're stuck because of the money.
Yeah.
And if the man doesn't want the baby, if the baby is an inconvenience to his marriage particularly, the likelihood is that he's going to try and avoid it as much as possible. So the risk is not worth it. The mother is also fostering the wrong image or sense of identity in this child, into her daughter. She's going to see herself as valuable only as far as a man can take care of me, or a man sees me as desirable.
As a desirable, And I think as you're saying that, can we even take it into saying this woman not only sees this as an opportunity for, the child alone, but to say that it's an opportunity to get to be known in the society. Got impregnated by a minister of police. And we can't also shy away that there's this mindset that our society creates when they know that you are married to a certain man, or you have a child with a certain person, and therefore we will start respecting you. We are now going to start considering you and engaging with you in a certain manner. And those are ways things happen. I mean, those are rather the way things happen in our own society, and it happens that way. So I just want to now tap on the mindset of the society, because even we can't only blame the mother alone. This mother is in an environment. The environment is the society. It has the norms. It has ways of doing things, and she is influenced by that.
Yes.
How do we kill or kill the mindset from outside, because this person is influenced by everything around the environment?
We need to address the issues head on.
Sure.
And the issues are mentality. There's a mentality in society, there's a mentality even within this particular family that is not right. It's something that is a problem in the African community. This mentality. It's just not right. It's not sustainable. It's hard to live with yourself. Knowing what you've done. Your child becomes an object or a reminder of a bad decision, or a bad season, or a wound that you have. He or she becomes a reminder of that. And that also now perpetuates another problem of parenting, where now the way that you relate with your child is problematic, because they remind you of a serious, deep wound, and that's going to cause problems. She is likely going to be an absent mom. She's likely to be an absent mom. She's likely going to be that mom that's going to leave the child with Coco. And live her life to say, Coco, you are the one who wanted the child.
So why not?
So let me live my life still. A children should never be used as pawns.
As pawn pieces.
No, you
Yeah,
can't.
check.
Yeah.
We made it.
No.
And I just want to then say there is no father figure in that house. The only father figure existing in that house is the little brother, but we can't also graduate
count
the
him.
brother
Yeah.
into being a father.
Yeah, he's still
because
young.
there's still a child.
Absolutely.
Are we saying that also has influence?
It does,
Yeah.
because there's no model of a healthy family.
Sure.
There's no picture, there's no template
Yeah.
of a healthy family.
Right.
And we are continuing again to create another problem of another child that's going to be fatherless.
Fatherless.
And the cycle is just going on.
History
it's going on.
repeating itself.
At some point, as Africans, particularly, we need to decide, when are we going to break these things?
Yeah.
When are we going to stop this?
Yeah.
We have to decide.
Yeah.
And the price is too high. It's not
It
worth
is.
It's not
It
worth
is too high,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah. We must think that many people who are criminals and who are in jail, the vast majority of them report they come from a broken family.
All the time.
So it's not to say that this child is guaranteed to become a criminal or something like that, but
stats. And how things have
but the
happened,
child
rather.
is highly likely is susceptible. Stats are against him already.
Yeah.
Already from birth. Circumstances against him, and the child might have also identity issues.
Identity issues.
Especially if they would find out what happened. That child find out what happened.
Do we keep it away from the child?
I would.
Really?
I would keep it away from the child.
Really?
I mean,
for their own good. You think it will be for their own good?
It's a hectic situation, because now I'm not trying to foster the culture of family secrets.
Sure, but
that's
they
a problem.
exist.
Family
and a lot
secrets
of
are there.
families are built on that.
Family secrets are there. But I mean, what's going to happen to the child when they find out that these were the circumstances of my birth and my mom kept me
because of
this?
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah. Sure.
And if the word spreads in the community, that kid is going to be teased.
Right.
At school, it's going to be called names. More damage. More damage. It's a lot. I'm just also worried about this young lady's personal development.
Right.
There's no voice I'm hearing that's encouraging her to focus on herself and her own education or career or something like that. She is being taught to being dependent.
Yeah, emotional black
whereas she's intelligent herself, she's skilled, she might have this and that, but
it's not cutting.
She's been taken to another direction.
Wow. I think this would be the end of our podcast.
Yes.
But before we just end this, I just want to say this was actually mind-blowing. I must say that yes, it was just short, but these are the conversations we need to keep on having in our own societies. To say that the realities on TVs are our realities on the ground.
That's right.
And what is on TV is quite educational, and we often undermine that, right? But I just want to say, let's keep on checking out these realities on our screens. There's so much to learn.
Absolutely.
Let's dissect them, and this is the only way to go. Let's make it all educational. It is educational, and yes, this is Scene Speech Podcast, and we are here to teach you. So keep on watching this forever and ever. Thank you so much. Bye.